Welcome one, welcome all. The Red June Cup number 5 closes out June. Our very last one. We don't normally get to number 5s, but we managed to just squeeze one in here for you guys. My name is Counterfeit, joined by Daedalus here today for our ESL competition. It's still as hot as hell in England. How about Denmark, Daedalus?
Well, you know what? I'm still in Denmark, so of course it's hot.
I see what you did there. Well, we'll have ourselves a grand old time, even if perhaps we might sweat to death before we get there. So, let's take a look across and see who is our bracket for official ESL competition today. We have got monthly champions Victory of Lords coming in as our first seeded team. But then we have got, and I don't even know how to say this name, I want to call them Backpa? Mergnurk? Backpa Mergnurk. There you go.
Can you say that 3 times quick?
I can say it backwards. Mergnurk. You see, it makes no less sense either way you say it. They'll be going up against the French team Fallen Heroes, Noob Tubers, who I believe were our winners from last week's weekly competition. We'll be going up against Nova Empire from the United Kingdom. So we've got ourselves a compact little tournament today, but we've still got some pretty big names. There's certainly a very French-dominated tournament, but these are all exceptionally good French teams as well.
Yeah, well, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of French teams moving into the grand final, but, you know what, Counterfeit, I'm also looking forward to seeing how Nova Empire will do. I truly believe that I have seen them do well in the past, and I honestly would love to see a British versus a French final. Obviously, that would be the dream here, especially since you're Brit, Counterfeit.
It's true, I am. So, I think this particular version of the team, we may have seen Nova Empire in other incarnations, but this particular incarnation is new as of a couple of days ago, so we don't have too much information about them. They're headed up by Darcy in the captain's position. We'll take a look across at their profile. They don't seem to be in any other teams either, so I guess we'll have to wait and see. But yes, you're right. It would be pretty cool to see some more UK teams coming through, but certainly you're right that we're almost guaranteed to see a very, very heavy French presence in the finals if things go the way we expect them to. We have got our first lobby of the day, so it's the Backpack Mergnurgs against Fallen Heroes.
The Backpack? Wait, Counterfeit. You know what? I think I figured out how to say that, the last word.
Yeah?
Their avatar is a goat, or a sheep, I'm not quite sure. So maybe it's a Backpack meh.
Let's hope not. So, we've got our first lobby up and ready. Hopefully we will not be assaulted by any kind of farm animals, but you never know. You never know. Let us know in the chat, guys, how would you say that team name? Because we're pretty sure nobody knows, and possibly not even the teams. We will be seeing from the Fallen Heroes side of things, Issa, who gets around a bit, though I think this apparently is a different Issa from the Issa we've seen before, but pretty equally as dominant. Oh. Let's see. To Jack Dark, welcome, and Woosus as well. Daxi, Leo, Issa N. I remember you from before. I can never remember, Daxi, if you actually are Issa N or if you're just someone who likes them and thus is paying tribute through their name. Oh boy. I think I need to call. I assume the sirens we heard before, Daedalus, were you calling a fire engine to come and hose you down?
I'm not quite sure. I feel like I've heard more sirens as of recently, though I would suspect that it's probably ambulances because of the heat, right?
Oh yes. So if you guys who are watching who aren't well hydrated, do make sure that you keep drinking your water. Make sure if there is any kind of breeze where you are, you're making the most of it.
Or if you want to, guys, always you could always make an iced tea.
Ooh, delicious iced tea.
Yeah, well, in a hot weather like this, you just brew a tea, you cool it down, and then you can have an iced tea. Just remember to put in some ice in your tea, and then it should be good to go. Though personally, I'm not really a fan of iced teas, iced tea rather. So I just drink regular tea.
Huh. Do you drink it only occasionally or with regular tea?
If I drink regular tea occasionally, or
I feel like that joke didn't really land. Never mind.
I'm so confused.
I don't know, I should have phrased it with some regular tea. That would have made it easier to pass. Sorry, guys, this is a problem when you try and come up with jokes on the fly. Sometimes you don't think them through all the way to the end, and people are just like, "What?" It's my burden, my blessing, my curse.
See, my problem is that I'm not really a joke guy. I'm more of a sassy guy. I like to roast people. That's kind of my trademark. So my jokes always suck. Though my sass is usually fairly good. But then again, like everyone I know in Denmark is sassy as hell.
Oh, Hero Gaming Simon, great to see you in the chat. Making sure that the stream goes nice and smooth. Our moderators, of course, couldn't do this without them. And of course, as well, part of the team is Big Gorilla on the admin desk today. I think Danny W might be dropping by as well. So if you do get the chance to chat to them, do let them know how much we appreciate them. And of course, Nova Taylor is letting us know in the chat that the Supermarine PC tournament is going to be going on today. Nova, do you mind sending me a PM and I'll put a link to whichever channel the Supermarine's going out onto primarily. I know it goes out on a few different channels, but I presume there's a primary one. Let's see. Sakutama, Sleepy from JP, you are good, so good today, Blue Cup number 5 commentary EOM team. Oh, so that would be the, what were they? Was it something on memory? Inscribe? I don't know. But EOM, I remember them from before because they played in all of our community games. Whew. What, Sakutama, what did you do to angerify the Nightbot? I probably do need to turn it down a little bit for it. What did they do? Stop posting. Oh, right, it thought you were posting a link because you didn't put a space between a word and the full stop and another word. Whew. So, Fallen Heroes, headed up by Issa L and Roo. So they'll be on the red side for the construction site. I think, well, D-List, I think there's a very good chance on this game on the construction site we'll have the teams sticking to the interior because they couldn't possibly countenance the idea of going outside in this weather. Okay then. I think we've got our last players from the Backpack Magic turning up. So,
you mean the backpack goats?
Nope, don't mean that.
The backpack.
Nope, stop. Yep, oh man, it's a really creepy goat as well. So they have I think one of their players has changed their names. I'll change their name to Fallen Heroes just to taunt the Fallen Heroes. Which is I don't know. If you were playing the list, would you be intimidated by someone calling themselves your team name?
No. Why would I be that man?
I think we're probably only missing about 1 or 2 players. For any of you guys who are coming to the stream for the first time, we'll be running through probably about 3 rounds of ESL competition today with community games in between each series, which will be, and each series will consist, oh boy,
Contest
of up to 3 games, the best of 3, which means you have to win 2 out of those 3 games, but it doesn't have to be 2 in a row.
Yep. Well, you know what, Confit? We're slowly getting this ESL action on the way, so who do you think is going to take it? Will it be the Fallen Heroes or the Backpack? Meh.
Please stop.
No.
It hurts my soul every time.
It's the Backpack Goat.
It's the Backpack Magic.
Backpack.
It's got M, G, and C in it, in that order.
Magic Goat. Magic Goat.
Nova Taylor, could you send me a link on Discord to the X9 Dragon and Savi channels, and I'll post them out to all of the different streams. MC Gregor B, the prize for today will be 100 euros. If you're talking about the Supermarine tournament, if memory serves, it's as you'd expect, Supermarine for the winning team, and then there's prizes for 2nd and 3rd as well. Whew. So now we've got, I'm not quite sure what's going on here. We've got it looks like we've got probably all the players. Let's see. So yeah, we've got 2 players sitting in here. Oh, it's Big Gorilla, of course. So Big Gorilla, one of our admins. So we have been missing a player. So Big Gorilla just pops by the lobby to take a look at what's going on.
And obviously a gorilla is always good at looking. They have big eyes, I've been told. And they are pretty muscular as well, so if you don't behave yourself, they can probably give you a good beating.
Oh. Hero Gaming Simon, thank you for doing the translation backwards and forwards. So yes, I think Backpack Magic, I don't know, I'd like, well, as I said before, I think, and I'll just confirm this, that yes, NoobTubers were the winners last time round. So while Victory of Lords, who are playing here today, are our current monthly finalists, monthly champions on Red, they actually lost out in the first round to Fallen Heroes before in a 2-1 contest. So the field is ripe for a new team to rise up to the top.
Well, kind of it, should we make a new team? Do you want to play MC5 with me? I know I'm a bad player, but I'm a good shot caller.
I mean, you make such a compelling case. How could I say no? I'll demonstrate. No.
Ow! Hey man, we could conquer the world.
I'll leave that in the hands of Backpack Magic and Fallen Heroes for now. Perhaps you can smuggle ourselves into their backpacks, but not if they get caught up. 4 players for Fallen Heroes right now, and they haven't actually got Issa, who should be one of their main players on the field, so this could be a lot more even.
Issa is on the field, Issa Angela is just constantly dead.
Oh, well, my mistake.
I'm pretty sure they've died probably around... Oh, I can't check the scoreboard. You can check the scoreboard.
Twice.
Yeah, so twice. Yeah. Well, Fallen Heroes, they are keeping even with Backpack Magic, but Backpack Magic, as long as they are even, at least they are still in the race for the victory here in this game. But the next step for them is to just go ahead and say, meh!
Stony silence met his words, and perhaps the young Dane had time to reflect upon his many, many crimes. Back to the game.
My many... What?
I realize I'm just encouraging you.
But yes, the Backpack magicians, I guess we could call them. The Backpack Magicians, they are falling behind now by 3 kills. So Fallen Heroes, they are winning out in these duels, but Bomber will be deployed, and that will be a little bit of an extra help coming in here for the Backpack Magicians.
LaFlamme trying to control the center with Rue, who's got an impressive 7-3 scoreline. You can see the Bombers making their run outside, though not too many targets for them to find out there. Eclipse trying to break in, does get cut down. Koru, the last remaining blue in the center, as they will go face to face. The Commanders have risen up in popularity immensely recently.
And they certainly have, but only one commander on each team. So those will be the ones you want to be behind, but, well, is Angela apparently is able to use that shotgun to great effect, because I think they just shot someone from 10 meters away. Not something you see every day with a shotgun, but you know what? They are up against magicians, so maybe the magicians, they put a counterspell on themselves that allowed for them to be shot by a shotgun so far away.
Oh, it certainly seems to be working. The Fallen Heroes and the Backpack Magic both making use of those Severin shotguns around the place, as Issa Angela, making up for their weaker early performance, is now rocking one of the most impressive storylines. Eclipse has been doing some good work with grenades though, 12 and 7, but of course, no one's invincible.
The two teams, they are just going at each other all the time, but nothing is really separating them when it comes to the stats. They are even in assists, they're even in explosive kills, they are even in military support, and everything is looking good for the two teams. But you know what isn't even anymore? The fact that Fallen Heroes, they apparently have a guy called Counterfeit Cast, and they have no more players.
I do not know what that's about. Because, you know, and sometimes we see teams just kind of concede because of having too few players to carry on, but in that case, it was a pretty even game, even with Fallen Heroes only having, I think, 3 players for a while. But I guess that seemed like that was just a concession on their part. Alright, well, Eclipse doing some pretty nice stuff there. We will get you guys set up for our community game, since we may have some discussions taking place as to what exactly happened in that previous game. So, if you want to play on stream, if you are on iOS, and if you've got a tier 7 and below weapon and tier 3 and below armor loadout, then you can play. We'll get this set up. We'll go for a free-for-all to start us off. Which map shall we choose, Dealers?
You know what? We've just seen the construction side. Let's go for rooftops.
Alright. ESL 1, 2, 3. The lobby is coming up in just a few moments' time. We will be, of course, chucking out all of the global invites as well. Let's just get everything onto screen. Should be there. There we go. Sorry about that. And if you are a friend to us, then you can, of course, come and get invited in. Do add me up as a friend on iOS or any platform playing on, and then you'll be able to get into our community games that much faster. Ah, I see. Nova Taylor has sent me the links for the Supermarine tournament, which we're going out later today.
Nice. Awesome.
Ah, very enthusiastic. Let's see, so it's going out on Savvy and X9 Dragons channel. Nova, could you also let me know what time exactly that's happening? So, bear in mind as well, I believe this is purely in Spanish. So you will need to be Spanish speaking in order to follow the commentary, though, of course, not necessarily the action itself. Let me just set this up. These are the links for tonight's Marine Tournament cast in Spanish. Apparently there are going to be 6 content creators involved. Neat. That's pretty cool.
Nice.
So, can we find ourselves a friend? Actually, I'll stop spamming people. So, we've got a second counterfeit cast. Ooh. I'm really surprised.
And I thought one was enough.
There's never enough. until all call themselves Counterfeit Cast. Huh. It starts in 2 hours. Okay. So that's going to be at 6:30 my time.
Yeah, probably.
Alright, Quattro, welcome, welcome. We've already got you as a friend. Let's see if we can find you some buddies to play with. Alright, so I've updated that note to go around. Oh no, and they're even a duck as well. I'm curious as to... It was one of the Fallen Heroes, right, who was named Counterfeit Cast.
Yeah.
This is one of the very few games where there isn't a restriction on people using the same name as each other. Ooh, alright, I think we've got enough to get us started with. If Soldier 9091 comes joining him, then we'll be pretty much good to go as we await our second game between the Fallen Heroes and Backpack Magic. The first game ended in rather strange fashion. Actually, let's get this one started. So we'll await any news on that particular one. For now though, guys, enjoy the community game. You can still come and join in once the game has started with the passkey ESL123 if you are on iOS. But we'll see you guys on the other side of the break. Welcome back, guys. And we're going to jump onto the Battle Royale battlefield. We have received word from our admin today, Big Gorilla, that last match is going to be rehosted. A lot of strange happenings, you might almost say. Haunted happenings. So, you know, we'll hopefully get ourselves a nice clean game with our do-over. But while we wait, let's not waste any time when we could be running around a battle royale and shooting people in the face. Popovsky, welcome to the stream. And Veterano99.
Welcome. Everyone welcomes.
Modern Ops. I've heard of Critical Ops, but I don't know Modern Ops. But Veterano, this is Modern Combat 5. So I hope you can still enjoy the stream, even if it's not necessarily the game you were actually necessarily looking for. But hey, good to have you along for the ride, nonetheless. I think this Battle Royale should get started actually quite shortly. So, alright. So if we refresh the information that Coach Daedalus has imparted, it will be to scope down your sights.
Well, you don't get to show that off because we already have a passkey.
Well, I retire.
No, you don't. You don't retire undefeated.
Sure, I do.
You say that every time, man. Every time. It can't be true. Every time.
Sure, I can.
No.
I have a limited selection of sound bites that I can call on from my soundboard. So, you know, I'm going to make sure I get the most mileage out of each one. But I'll tell you what, next time we go on to overtime, I'll leave it to you to say it's about time.
Yay, it's overtime and therefore it's about time. Woo! Yay!
Oh dear. Well, we'll be having our pre-game lobby in just a second. So, let's just reset the score after the rather surprising development.
Are you in the lobby yet? Or you
I
are?
am.
Okay. I was just confused whether or not the guy called Counterfeit Cast was actually you or not.
Yeah. Yeah, so that was a bit odd. Veterano99, I don't know if anyone plays. Let's have a quick Google and see what is Modern Ops. This channel kind of it's a first-person shooter. It looks like. It looks, to be fair, it does look pretty similar. So Veterano, this channel really services Modern Combat 5 and Modern Combat Versus. But man, yeah, these games do look very similar to each other. But I suppose to be fair, like most mobile first-person shooters aren't going to be dramatically different. It's not made. No, it's not made by the same people or anything. Okay, well, we'll take a tiny little break while we get stuck in. T-Mobile, you want to see New Era versus Fallen Heroes? Well, that's going to really depend on Fallen Heroes. Wait, New Era aren't even in this tournament. What are you talking about, T-Mobile? Unless that's what Backpack Magic is. Hey Horizon 201, gave us a good insights before. So maybe Backpack Magic just is New Era, and everyone knows things that we don't. Well. Alright guys, we'll take a tiny break, so go grab yourself some water, make sure you are ready, for we will be restarting our first ESL encounter of the day, Backpack Magic against Fallen Heroes, coming up in just a few moments' time. A do-over is what is required. So, when you guys are saying in the chat, it looks like Backpack Magic might otherwise be known as New Era. In fact, that seems to be what consistently everyone's saying. So, we'll see what. Well, I think we'll still call them Backpack Magic. Otherwise, it's going to get too confusing.
Well, we could also call them the new era of Backpack Goats.
Maybe we could.
Yeah.
So
should we do that?
No, let's not. But let's say we do. So this time around, we've got Fallen Heroes. I think they, again, were operating with a 4-person unit from before, managing to keep pretty even in the opening salvo between both the teams, with Backpack Magic try and break into the center. The Fallen Heroes, the French team, holding ground for now, but I don't think for much longer.
Nope, Fallen Heroes, they are going down, and they are just behind by 1 kill now, but not for long, as we see that being completely evened out, 8-8. Now 9-8, as Eclipse will find a kill onto one of the Fallen Heroes members. Within the first minute and 10 seconds, we are seeing a lot of kills coming out, and oh my god, Eclipse and Koryu finding 2 kills right there and putting up Backpack Magic by 3 kills.
A strong start for them. It looks like the construction site, a popular map amongst the chat, I think for a very good reason. A lot of different styles of play available. And of course, who doesn't love the ability to create a sniper's nest on the south side, as the Flam is in the underpass at the moment, stalking through DCL XVI, managing to get a kill to try and bring back the French team, who are operating mostly now out of the bottom right hand corner, chucking those assault grenades onto the open field.
I don't think it is enough at all, kind of fit, and they are starting to lose members. You must say that Backpack Magic, they are looking way better here, in part because of all the military support that they are getting. It allows them to be this dominant and to just keep control over the game.
Still pretty close though. I mean, the Flam doing a real nice job of picking off those long-range kills, and another nicely put in BSW shot from very long range. I think LaFlamme's actually the only player along with Rue who's in the positives right now for the Fallen Heroes, but are still ahead as a team.
And apparently Fallen Heroes, despite being one member down, are able to keep up here with the Backpack Magic. But Backpack Magic, they just need to group up and then tear down the Fallen Heroes. However, now Fallen Heroes back to a fully roster, so now it should be much harder for Backpack Magic to come back. As Fallen Heroes, they find themselves with a 5-kill lead.
So with 4 minutes,
make it a 7-kill lead kind of fit, because 25 to 32, that is 7.
oh man, these numbers, they never stay still. Issa managing to rock up the Fallen Heroes so much further. Remember guys, these are our previous weekly winners up against Backpack Magic or New Era, as you guys have identified in the chat. Rue starting to build up ahead of steam as well. Rue, Issa and Flam all rocking double digits kill figures.
That is certainly what you want to see from a team like the Fallen Heroes, who are coming into this tournament as our 4th seeded team. They should be looking better statistically than the Backpack Magic, and right now they are definitely showing that.
Well, these backpacks on the run right now as they are struggling to find a coherent defense. Eclipse is definitely performing the best for the 5-person team, but the Fallen Heroes pretty much got the center of the map on lockdown, and that double grenade kill there, I think, has put this one beyond doubt.
Well, 3 more kills for the Fallen Heroes, and this would be it. Backpack Magic not able to catch up, and as we see the score round out to 49. And they have 2 minutes and 30 seconds left to find that final kill. I believe it's just going to come right now, and Fallen Heroes, they take this game 35 to 50.
There we go, 15 kills ahead. Pretty impressive stuff. Backpack Magic looked pretty good in the opening bout, but as we can see, Fallen Heroes standing very proudly at the end. Some nice get-ups they've got there. And Issa, along with Rue, rocking in an impressive 15 kills apiece. Almost the same score as each other, separated by a mere 7 points. Eclipse did the best over for Backpack Magic. In fact, the best score in the game, but the rest of the team could not keep up. Guys, we'll be going to break for when we will return. We shall have ourselves a second game. The Fallen Heroes could climb their way through to a second weekly tournament win in a row. But they've got a long way to go, and they're just getting started. 3, 2, 1, let's go.
Woohoo!
Backpack
5.
Magic. They're down a game. It did not go well for them in the previous round. Fallen Heroes, returning weekly champions, look to set themselves up for a ride through to the semis, where they face off against monthly champions and fellow country folk, Victory of Lords.
Fallen Heroes, however, counterfeit, they are able to not find the first blood. As Backpack Magic, they find 2 kills, 1 with a grenade and 1 with a nice shot from Eclipse. Eclipse, however, will go down very early on.
You can see the Cog V's coming in very popular here, as it looks like Backpack Magic will be taking shelter within the supply hangar. This central hangar, only these 2 access points at front and back, can make a pretty effective fortress, unless, of course, you're like Harry and you can steal away some good grenade kills.
Well, Harry is a magician after all, giving the Backpack Magic a bit of their taste of their own magic.
Backpack gonna move themselves up to the top left-hand corner. Another popular defensive position where you've got all the rubble and the Humvee to hide behind, and limited sightlines, though those sightlines can still be pretty darn dangerous.
It certainly can counterfeit, and they did have the help of a recon aircraft. So for the Backpack Magic, they did have a lot of vision of Fallen Heroes that they could work with, just up to the point where it got shot. But here comes Isa with a severed shotgun, looking for some shots. Will not be the one to find it, as a big bomber comes in from the Backpack Magic and picks up 3 kills.
Yeah, well, onto the path of recovering here for the American squad. Backpack Magic, or New Era as they seemingly are under other names. Eclipse on the roam now, 7-3 so far, going up against several shields there. Ultimately, not an ideal situation.
Certainly not, and as we are about to reach the mid-game, Backpack Magic, they are up by 4 kills. That could all change very fast as Isa goes in with the commander, will go down. But the rest of the Fallen Heroes, they're just waiting on the outskirts, trying to see if they can find a single pick. Harry will be able to find one as Isa runs in, reduces the lead once again down to 3 kills. But you know what? 4 minutes and 25 seconds left remaining. They just need to find 2 more. This is very doable for the Fallen Heroes. But if Eclipse continues to find grenades like that, then Backpack Magic, they're gonna have an easy time.
DCL XVI, I'm gonna think of a way to say that name quickly, doing a real good job with the military support. You can see a lot of Backpack's points have come from those airstrikes and bombing runs. They have been deadly in their precision. The Backpack are gonna need to rely on getting those runs of kills to be able to continue that previous success.
Well, talking about success, Eclipse in this game, 8-5, looking mighty strong. Honestly, I would not love to go up against Eclipse with the way that they are playing.
For the Fallen Heroes, it's looking like the buddy system is the way to go forward. Certainly a couple of commanders together can be very effective as they swap out as those shields get worn down by ongoing fire. Can be extremely effective in shrugging off tons of damage. Angelus now stalking Leopard behind that APC. Does manage to force for a kill, as the Fallen Heroes, I think, might, and this is a big might, have a chance to break away from the Backpack Magic team.
Military support helps you a lot in-game and helps you keep control. Backpack Magic, they have 7 military supports compared to the 2 of Fallen Heroes, and it means that they are sitting comfortable at the top and could very well take this game.
Suthi trying to fire out onto the main body of Scramble, while Vulcan and the rest of the Fallen Heroes are sneaking back around. Still dead even as we come to 2 minutes 30 left in. Numb is going to try and make the defense. Is about to get flanked around. Does get a good grenade kill in and avoids getting caught out by Vulcan. I don't know if intentionally or just some good luck. Harry and the rest of the heroes are looking to push in But the French team in the blue, they have already got the lead, so I don't know if they need to take the risk.
And they certainly need to be careful with 2 minutes left to go. This is volatile. They only have 3 kills in the lead because of Angela, sorry. And Backpack Magic, they find themselves 3 kills behind as Fallen Heroes. They come in for the last stretch and they give it their everything.
Good grenade again from Num, who has been pretty proficient with them so far. We see the gunfire streaming across from the heroes. 3 kills in deficit, make that 4. As a good little flank there from Vulcan. Grabs another La Flamme. One more. The Fallen Heroes so very close to that semi-final spot and their date with the Lords.
And now they're gonna go up and face up against their countrymen in the Victory of Lords counterfeit. So that will be an interesting semi-final as well. Fallen Heroes, 2-0 to them. Congratulations, but the Backpack Magic tried their best, but it simply wasn't enough. But this was a very close game. And it looked good for them for the most of that game. But just towards the end, they fell off. And honestly, guys, it doesn't matter if you are dominating the entirety of the game. But if you don't get 50 kills, you're gonna lose.
Here's the chance now for you guys to come onto stream using the passkey ESL123. If you are on iOS and you've got the right kind of loadout, then you too can come and perform for our amusement. We will be fairly shortly, I'd imagine, getting on to that semi-final we've been teasing you with, which is, of course, the Lords versus the Fallen Heroes. Should be a really, really good match. So get in here quick before we are forced by our duties to abandon ship on this game. Kwang Min, you want to play? Well, feel more than welcome. You guys over on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, and Mob Crush, all are welcome. You just need to be on iOS. Use the passkey or the global chat invite. Both will get you in here so you can play. Luna, if BSW was actually a one-shot, it will make quick work of all these idiots. Well, Luna, I think the BSW pretty much has fallen off, especially with the Commander coming in. The Commander, I believe, initially was kind of pitched as an anti-sniper class, because you could absorb that one shot and then, you know, just not die. But, I don't know. I don't know, guys. Midday Gaming, welcome to the stream. Hope you all are doing well wherever you might happen to be. Huh. Needless, there are actually birds seen outside. I expected them all to be asleep because of the heat. Manet Barvazar? So if I mangled your name a little bit there.
Why would birds be sleeping at this time of day?
Too hot, mate. Too hot by half.
Well, I think the birds can probably manage.
So what you're saying is, if we want to survive this heat, we need to grow feathers.
Maybe. Why not?
I think we have got some noobs joining us here today. So, if you want to come and play with, I think that's Deepak maybe, and Midday, who I think, yes, has just dropped by the stream, of course. Manit Bazar? You're on 117 XP. Wow. Let's see. So Luna, you're not a fan of the Marauder. Yes, I think from what I've heard, there are going to be some Marauder changes in the upcoming patch. Definitely keep your eyes open for that. I think there has already been some discussion of the patch, so I don't believe there's any set release date as of yet. Let's have a quick check and see. I don't think so.
Confit.
Hmm?
Confitorino.
Yes.
How are you?
Did I?
Well, I'm happy to hear that. are you keeping yourself hot or are you cold?
Well,
Are you yes or are you no?
oh no, I'm being lyricized here.
Are you in or are you out? Up or down?
Mallet oh man, I don't know why I'm finding it so difficult. Mallet, the passkey is ESL123, which is listed in the bottom right of the screen right now. Or the global chat invite will get you in as well, which, there you go, you can see it there. Taco Gaming, La Flamme is a good player. Yes, I seem to remember them from before. Ah, there we go. We've got enough to get started with, I think, if Jimmy G joins the team. Excellent. We'll catch you guys on the other side of the break.
Thank you, Jimmy G.
Friends, IMFAO, pretty crazy, Midday also did pretty good stuff. Let's get on to the Battle Royale battlefield so I can get on with professionally embarrassing myself before we, of course, will go back to our community games once I have taken my first bullet to the face. If you want to come and join me, then you'll need to queue up pretty much right now, and I'll go in as well. And hopefully we'll end up in the same game as each other. Ange, welcome to the stream. We are waiting on our Victory of Lords versus Fallen Heroes semi-final to begin. Ah, it's an L, not an I. Thank you. It's sometimes hard to tell. I think I successfully managed to miss that person's head multiple times.
Is that a new thing? Don't
What's
you
that?
do that very often?
It's new to me.
What now?
Man, iron sights really suck. A lot of the time it's really hard to tell where you're firing exactly because the muzzle flash obscures. It's not like the sight is necessarily that bad, but it's just that the muzzle flash just gets in the way of being able to see what you're doing. Marco Gallardo? Let's see. Was fun this game was perfect before the technology, dude. I'm not sure what you mean, Marco. Okay, Ange. Yes, Ange, that is the real Deedless. I didn't know there were fake ones going around. I will take that to mean, Deedless, that Ange is pleased to hear your voice once more.
Well, I'm always pleased to hear my own voice, but you know what, Confit? You'll be able to hear my voice a lot more, as we do have the first passkey.
Oh, well, in that case. Let's get out of here! And back to the dude who places a shotgun turret. So that'll be the sapper you're talking about, Marco. I think that's been around for a while. I think it can be played in ESL, but it's not commonly seen.
I think I've seen it once, maybe twice.
I think I've seen it a bit more recently. Like, we didn't see it for ages, but I have seen a couple of big important games where people have started throwing out those shotgun turrets on the ceiling, which is, you know, the most noticeable thing to be the sappers in the game. But anyway, guys, we have ourselves a epic encounter coming up. Fallen Heroes weekly champions against Victory of Lords, our monthly champions. For any of you guys who are new to the stream, the monthly championships are done with the top 8 teams over a given previous month, in which the prizes quintuple from 100 euros for a regular tournament to 500 euros for a monthly. Victory of Lords, I'm sure, did enjoy their reign at the top, but Fallen Heroes, well, they look to perhaps be a team that can start dominating those top places and when those finals, monthly finals, come a-calling to reap the rewards.
Yep. No, you're definitely right, Counterfeit. And you know what? I'm looking forward to this matchup because it is Fallen Heroes versus Victory Lords. Victory Lords, you always have to respect them because they always look good. But sometimes they just have a bad day. And I would be interested to see if they would have a bad day here today as well. Because then I do believe the Fallen Heroes, they could move into the grand final. But they definitely have to really give it their all. Because against Victory Lords, you can never be sure.
On the other side of the bracket, the NoobTubers taking on Nova Empire. That did go in the favour of the NoobTubers, so we'll have to wait for another tournament to see a British team make it into the finals. Of course, NoobTubers, a very strong team as well. So we are guaranteed with 3 teams left in the tournament and every single one of them representing France, that we're in for a very exciting semi and final stages. Seems like all of our players are almost here. Waiting one more Victory of Lords player to get started. Apologies if we do end up a little bit delayed here. No, okay. We are gonna begin. So, it's time for the semi-finals. Ricky Dehira Wijaya, or hopefully close enough to recognize. If you don't have the Battle Royale mode on your phone, then that will tend to indicate that your phone doesn't match the minimum requirements for running it, but get in contact with Game Loft support. Plus, are we getting NoobTubers versus Victory of Lords again? Well, I don't know. You would tend to assume so on paper, but for the Fallen Heroes, I don't know, they're a pretty good team. They've beaten out the Victory of Lords before. So it's by no means a guarantee which way this match is going to go.
Yeah, it's certainly not a done deal quite yet, but I would never count out the Victory of Lords, not even when they're going up against the Fallen Heroes Counterfeit. This is going to be an interesting matchup, and the Victory of Lords right now, they do have that lead, but it's only 30 seconds being played, and you have 6 minutes left to go, so Fallen Heroes, they can still make that comeback happen and get to 50 kills.
Lord's certainly quite happy with the way things have developed right now, controlling the southern portion of the map. A good defensive position, but they've also got Cheeto up on the high, covering the bridge, or covering the southern bridge. La Flamme, we noted before, getting some attention for their play, will be able to perhaps sneak under that bridge to make it closer, and Harry on the other side of the team trying to sneak out and maybe just ping away enough kills to draw the Lords from their fortresses.
When you look at the classes that the Victory Lords they are using, I feel like it is extremely smart to differentiating. The classes they're using is smart. They have 2 snipers that are able to obviously find people from afar, Oof. 2 assaults to back them up, and then with a commander, you also have one who can go aggressive, be a bit of a joker running around the map. I just love what the Victory Lords they're doing here with their team composition.
The Fallen Heroes, though, they seem to have outmaneuvered the Lords in the early going, forcing the Lords into a central defensive position, hitting La Flamme from one side, Harry from the other. The Heroes are starting to build up a serious wodge of points here, as Harry will try and help take over the lower bounds. The Lords in trouble.
They certainly are, as they are falling quite far behind, and now with an EMP strike coming in here for the Fallen Heroes, the Victory Lords, they are in a position where they need to dig themselves out of this grave that Fallen Heroes they have dug for them, but only time can tell if they will be able to do so. Right now, God is doing a godly performance, one could say. He's exactly the best player for the Victory of Lords. but not good enough to keep them ahead of the Fallen Heroes.
Let's check in with those raw numbers. Harry doing a fantastic job on that heavy. Of course, the classic DBS shotgun roaming around the halls looking for trouble. But they're not the only one. We've got Angela 5 and 3 LaFlamme doing some good work from afar with those snipers, as the Lords seem like they're still kind of going for a central defensive, but they are so far behind at this point that they're really just relying on the heroes being willing to run in and attack them.
Being able to make this big push comes down to the military support that Fallen Heroes they have been granted. Right now, you have 7 military supports on the side of the Fallen Heroes compared to the 2 of the Victory Lords. And that just means that you're getting way more help. And that helps you control and maintain your lead.
Stress, team captain of Victory of Lords, trying to keep the team together as we come up to the 3 minutes and change remaining. Pluis over on Twitch thinks that the Fallen Heroes can put up a fight, more than a fight, I would say. The Assault class definitely is a flexible option. Good range firepower with those grenades, but as we see, can operate pretty effectively in close quarters as well.
They certainly can, as Stress is able to find a kill, pulls out the SMG, but it will be shot in the face by Harry and Harry's shotgun. Harry, with a scope on that shotgun, apparently looking for some long-range shots. Not quite able to find anyone right now, as the commander comes storming down the stairs.
Harry very boldly going up the stairs, almost manages to catch the Victory of Lords sniper line off guard, but not this time round as the Lords narrow that lead for the Fallen Heroes. I'm impressed by how long the Lords have stuck to their guns here, especially when being this far behind. Cheeto grabs another. On the flank, Shine is trying to control that left-hand corridor and avoid any more surprises.
God, I'm trying to look for that flank. Not really being able to keep up the performance with this commander, and we'll go down to Isa Angela. So Isa Angela now 8 and 7. As long as you maintain a healthy ratio of kills compared to your deaths, I think you can say that you are doing well. But now, with 1 minute and 40 seconds left remaining, the Victory of Lords, they're only 2 kills behind. So this is still very doable for them.
Pluis reckons that Fallen Heroes are getting too aggressive, and I think you might well be right. So we were talking about before, there wasn't really a need for the heroes to get up in the Lords' faces when they are the ones in the lead. We very much expect it to be the other way round, as the Fallen Heroes could just put themselves into a defensive position, sit back, and force the Lords to come from their castles. Aggression, though, it's got them this far, so I don't blame them continuing to search for points.
Well, they have to do so if they want to win this first game, kind of it. After all, if you go down in a best of 3, then suddenly you're in a bad position and you have to win every single game going forward. But now, for the Fallen Heroes, they have a 4-kill lead and 40 seconds left remaining. As long as they don't make a mistake and they don't go towards the Victory Lords, this should be their game. But the Victory Lords, they need to make some moves. They need to do that now, as time is running out.
We'll keep our eyes on the big hitter. Once they spawn back in for the Fallen Heroes, Shine doing some nice job from outside. Yes, it was a big lead for the Fallen Heroes to start off with, and that lead may come once again. LaFlamme does grab a couple of kills through there, switching across to the pistol. Doing the old slip and slide to try and stay alive. Shine and the rest of the Lords, if they can find just 2 more kills, 1 more kill, they will have tied up the game, and they will makes it happen, and we are going to overtime.
Beautifully played by the Victory Lords, and they get the first blood as well. So they've already taken down 2 members from the Fallen Heroes. It looks so good for the Fallen Heroes for a long time, but they can't keep it up. And now it's a 4 versus 3, as Isa Angela is able to find 1 kill. But apparently, you see Fallen Heroes members drop like flies. So it's a 2 versus 4 out of nowhere, as someone apparently disconnects.
Harry cut down, by God, it's down to top banana. Issa Angela to save the game, their shield. You could hear it's crumbling under the offense. Victory Lords will wait out that full clip from the DBS and move in. What an incredible comeback from the Lords and a crushing overtime victory.
Extremely well played by the Victory Lords, making that combat, making it happen for themselves. I loved what they were doing, but I think we must also say that the Fallen Heroes, they absolutely are taking the Victory Lords all the way to the finish line. So even though they aren't able to cross that finish line before our good friends, the Victory Lords, honestly, just being able to take them all the way does mean that you are doing very good as a team.
Well, guys, we've got at least one more game between these two coming up. You do not want to miss it. We promised some excellent action between the Heroes and Lords, and they have delivered so far. Pluto's getting very excited over on Twitch. Says, Victory of Lords more like Victory of Gods. Gosh, that's quite a thing to say, Plutus, but you may have a future in journalism. The story will be written, though, after the break. Game 2 of our semi-finals coming up. Welcome back, buddies. We've got the Lords and Heroes at least one more time before we're done here today. Did get a chance to talk to the Lords about their last game victory by a hair's breadth. Stress team captain said you only get to see those kind of games with the Victory of Lords teams because they never give up until the very last second. Very well applied tenacity this time round. The toughness, the mental fortitude to stay fighting all the way to the end. For the Lords, though, they'll need to pull off another incredibly hard-fought victory to head to our finals and compete for those €100. If not, perhaps the Fallen Heroes can come back themselves. La Flamme continuing to impress. That Golden Imp looking pretty good right now. 3 kills, no deaths so far. And a decent 50% accuracy as well. You can always rely on La Flamme, especially when the heroes have all of their kills on that single member. Issa Angela going to be roaming the halls with a commander. Doesn't have too much backup from the rest of the team. Looking for a cheeky kill through there. Will get a grenade to the face for their troubles. The Victory of Lords flank, which I think was Victory of Lords God, trying to do something similar as both teams try and steal away a couple of sneaky kills. Victory of Lords, I don't think they're want to head out onto the main battlefield quite yet. The heroes were more than willing to go toe-to-toe with them before. The Flamme, those 3 kills secured. The Fallen Heroes moved to the north. The Lords as well. They're making the transition through, but which direction will they go? It looks like they're going to be going up on high. We'll have the chance to scout through. You can see that Harry is coming up. We'll notice the flankers coming in from the Lords. We've got number 2, LMFAO. I guess that makes more sense, actually. Trying to protect that flank as the heroes hold fast for now. Issa on the upper gantry will keep the Lords from having too many angles to hit from. Shine. And the rest of the Lords stacking up. They do grab one for themselves. Issa, sneaky beaky. Doesn't want to quite poke their head around the corner as of yet. They have to know the Lords are nearby. Doesn't spot any yet, but has to know they are in dangerous territory. I think they somehow managed to thread their way through the Lords. Won't last for long though. It's round the corner. Issa will get into some close range action. Does take a grenade to the face and falls down. But it's a battle of inches. Lords are sending a flank around. God is going to try and make their way through. Doesn't look like they've been spotted yet by the heroes. But no, Vulcan, I think, did evil eye them out on the flank. While Issa again is going to try and go for the lone wolf tactics. Sneaking into the heart of the Lords. Will get spotted though by Cheeto. And of course, when you've got these snipers looking around with their evil eyes to be able to see through walls and spot the opposition coming, long-range flanks can be hard to pull off just because the chances of you getting spotted while you're on the move goes up exponentially with however long it takes for that strategy to be executed. Angela find the way round. Will go for a commander brawl once again. The Lords are in the lead. Cheeto, yes, is doing some flanking around on the side, along with Make, who did a great job of salvaging the game last time round. Lords are ahead. Harry is up on the flank. Vulcan is trying to perform an ambush, but no prey found so far. A couple of kills do come in, though. As Angela, Issa will get round. Victory Lords are getting flanked here. This could be disastrous. Issa breaking around to the other side, gets round the commander's shield and locks down another Fallen Heroes kill. Make gonna try and go for the floor bangs with the imp. It takes a while, but it gets the job done. As the Lords are now constricted to the center of the map. Cheeto with a BSW will get flanked around on a melee kill as well. But somehow, some way, the Victory of Lords team stays ahead. Make with a very strong performance. Cheeto as well, 7 and 3, deadly with that sniper. We've got Harry again on the flank trying to find the way round. And Stress, team captain, doing the scouting duties for the Lords, trying to figure out where the heroes are going next. Of course, we know that Harry is still around there, and I think the Lords do too. We've got an attempt coming in from Issa and from Vulcan right into the Lords' faces. Less than 2 minutes to play. Plus, yes, Victory Lords, I think, is trying to play defensively, but they have got a few cheeky players out to the side. Make with that imp, maybe not the best choice for a short-range fighter. Will go right up into the face of the fallen heroes and fall down. Vulcan still on the flank of the Lords, trying to find their way around. God gonna do the same thing to the heroes with that 7-inch shotgun. A couple of kills coming in for the heroes. Will keep them looking healthy. Shine and the rest of the Lords right on the far end of the map. Oh, God is their long-range scout. Coming around the corner will give away the position. As Shine tries to hold the line for Lords, they have to give up that bottom territory. The fallen heroes ahead by 3 with 1 minute left to play. Plus, you're right, the Victory of Lords are starting to run into trouble. They're behind. There's very little time left to play with. Issa, definitely the one to watch as Harry does pick up another airstrike. Going to be coming in to lock down some trouble. Issa is there waiting for the inevitable attempt to push back through. Stress going to be on the move, trying to find those fallen heroes players. God splitting off the other direction. And Shine in the center. The other Lords players up towards the north. Nice flank, but it's a traded kill immediately. Stress is still looking for some action. Airstrike comes in. Cheeto up towards the top. Will have that 2v2 going. Desperately looking for that shot. Can't quite find it. And that will be a further extension for the heroes. I think this one is done. A brawl across the entirety of conversion. But it's ultimately not going to be another last second reprieve for the Lords. As we will now head to game number 3.
Ooh, that means that we're going to streets counterfeit, and honestly, you know what? I think it's surprising to see Victory of Lords lose this game, but after seeing game number 1, it was very close, and the Fallen Heroes, they find their way back in into the series and find the recipe to taking down the Victory of Lords.
Recognition definitely going to be there for Issa, but also for Harry as well. 2 extremely good performances. And yes, Plurs, you're right, it's 1-1. Victory of Lords and Fallen Heroes. Only one of these two gets to go to the finals and fight for those €100 against the third remaining French team, the Noob Tubers. We'll find out who it shall be as Game 3 coming up. The time has come, friends around the world. Fallen Heroes, Victory of Lords. One game to decide who's going to the finals and who is going home.
Stop, please. I can't contain my energy, Counterfeit. I'm going crazy. It's the Victory of Lords versus the Fallen Heroes. Whoever's going to win this will meet the Noob Tubers in the grand final. Oh my god.
It is all down to this game on the streets. Fallen Heroes will be leaning heavily on Issa Angela as the initial combat is thrown back with this more or less the same score. Victory Lords roaming around the streets to the south, while God does a little bit of scouty work. For the Lords, they stay ahead as La Flamme, perfect sniper from before, does get picked off. God continues to be the lone wolf away from the team, trying to distract, but disconnecting actually. The Lord's ahead right now, but that could be about to change quite swiftly.
It certainly could, and you know what, for the Victory of Lords, they lost the last game. Now the Fallen Heroes, they might have just enraged the Victory of Lords, because damn are they coming out hot, and are they winning a lot of kills here in this early game.
Bomber coming down from the Lords, doesn't manage to get too much traction for them, as we see Harry leading the rest of the heroes through these tight confines, going straight into the shields. Nice knee shot there to take out the commander. Definitely does have those weak points. Drops down the turret and manages to find a new firing point. The heroes now in the lead, wiping the Lords off the map.
But the Fallen Heroes, they have made themselves a favor. They are now even here with the Victory of Lords. So Counterfeit, it could feel like we're going to go down to the wire between these two teams. Down to the very last kill. But Stress tried to find a kill right there. Immediately shot in the head by a shotgun. Not exactly what you want here in a semi-final scenario.
Victory Lords, Fallen Heroes. Very, very close as 2 minutes are completed. Cheeto keeping their nerve out in the open field, still sniping as explosions rain down all around them. It's going to be Harry, famed for their close quarters heavy use, who's going to be having the best record for the Fallen Heroes team. Finds the way up onto the top and fires down to try and keep the heroes in the lead.
4 minutes and 22 seconds left to go. The Victory of Lords, you're falling further and further behind. Guys, you need to get that last man in so you can stand as one and stand strong.
Victory Lords, they're falling back to a defensive position, and we've seen how dangerous this can be as a strategy. A real possibility of a spawn trap from the Fallen Heroes, as they can overpower each of the Lords as they come in, but force them to respawn in almost the same place just to die again.
But this is not looking much better for the Victory Lords. They're finding kills around the map, at least making sure to put themselves in a better position. But oh no, another shot coming in from a severed shotgun, and suddenly the Fallen Heroes, they are up by 6 kills.
Not looking good for the Lords, though they have got all 5 of their members back on the field. It doesn't seem to have reversed their fortunes. Lords still sticking to this defensive posturing as Shine tries to hold the door. It's coming in from the side. It's actually the heroes who are now down to 4 members. Perhaps a chance for the Lords to fight their way back into this vital game.
They have to do that, Counterfeit, because it's do or die time. But the Victory Lords, they are nearly behind 10 kills, 8 right now. It's not looking good, and there we go, 10 kills. With 2 minutes and 50 seconds left to go, the Victory Lords, they have to pray for a miracle, and they need it right now. But, Stressed, at least finds 1 kill, so that's a good start to a miracle, but only behind by 9 kills now. They have not made that comeback at all.
When your top performing member, Cheeto, has 3 more deaths than they have kills, you know times are dire. God has stopped trying to go for the flank around, instead joining the main body of the team. I have to think that the Lords will be better off trying to get in at that flanking God like we've got here. Will find their way to the back of the heroes, but has to do a lot of work to bring the Lords back.
Well, you know what? The Lords, they find themselves at the edge of defeat. 42 kills is what the Fallen Heroes they have. They need 50. Vulcan finds the 33rd, 44th, and 45th. Oh my god, numbers. I can't say them, but the Fallen Heroes, they have all the numbers in the world that they need. 3 more, and they will have done it.
And the big number, of course, that matters for the Heroes is getting up to the huge 5-0, and they will do it. The Lords fall apart in the third semi-final game. The Heroes, by a margin of 17 kills, will be headed on from this stage, and the Lords will be forced into obscurity.
Honestly, it is such a surprise right here that the Victory Lords, they fall down. But they do it nonetheless. It isn't their day, and we started out by saying that here for the series, that sometimes the Victory Lords, they just don't have a good day. And that means that you can take advantage of that. And Fallen Heroes, they absolutely did that here today.
There we go, Fallen Heroes. They will be competing with the Noob Tubers for their chance at being called the very best, and of course being paid for it. 100 euros top prize, as well as top seeding points for our monthly finals, where 500 euros are on the line. Let's get you guys back onto stream again before our grand finals begins. Use the passkey ESL123. Oh, I just realized I need to get that changed across, because we are on iOS, only iOS, for this final tournament of the weekend. Come and join us. As you can see, the Supermarine tournament is currently live. So for any of our Spanish-speaking friends, I will post out the links into the chat if you wanted to see that. We'll be going on for the time being, but we shall create this community game for this stream. Let's go for overtime. Just so you can say it, dealers. Just so you can say it.
It's about time for overtime.
See, I knew you had it in you. I knew it.
Thank you. Thank you.
Whew. There we go. Lobby is officially open. Invitations have been sent out to the world. Will you be the first to join, and therefore become my favorite? T-Mobile. Apparently not a Victory of Lords fan bidding goodbye to the Lords. It was a hard-fought series. It felt like the Lords kind of got a little bit thrown off by when they had a disconnect early on. And they never really recovered. Pluis, okay, you're going to spectate. That's cool. Apparently the Supermarine Community Cup is almost starting its first match. So that should be exciting.
Okay.
Excellent, excellent. We've got some friends for the game. ADD Hish Destroyer and Kriya. Let's find just one more. Quattro. Excellent. Alright, so the invite is still live. The game will be still live. And we'll see you guys on the other side of that break with hopefully our grand finals. Cool. That was an extremely competitive community game, going all the way to overtime, I think, before finally finishing out. Of course, what better map to do it on than overtime itself. We're going to jump out while we get ready for our grand finals to begin. Do a little bit of Battle Royale action. RLX450, this channel has to do something with Gameloft. Yes, it does. It's connected to the Gameloft that makes Modern Combat 5, which is the game you're seeing here, and it's also connected to the Modern Combat Versus made by a different Gameloft branch. But both of those go through this channel, so that's kind of what you'll be getting if you choose to sub through here. Alright, oh, we've got a one which starts almost straight away. I think I remember before, I got a challenge from Big Gorilla or someone similar to do a Battle Royale without actually using any guns, and it worked surprisingly well. I think that was when melee was a lot stronger than it is right now, though. Because you could just spam the melee button. So, Plus, I'm assuming you're asking if there's an ESL for Modern Combat Versus, and I don't believe so. I'm not involved at all, I'm afraid. I don't think either of us are with Modern Combat Versus, competitive play. I think that it does sort of exist, but I don't believe it has an official presence as of yet. If that's something that you would like to see, absolutely do let them know. That was appalling. Ugh.
Oh man, you suck, Counterfeit.
Hey man, I sucked in that game, but I do not suck generally. I am a leaf blower. Alright, let's give that one more try, since that was so very short. Yes, plus, if you'd like to see Modern Combat Versus have ESL competition, I think there's a Modern Combat Versus Discord, an official Discord for them, and you can definitely post about it in there and see if other people are interested as well. I imagine if there's enough interest, then it could well happen. Because I know that a lot of the Modern Combat Versus fans, you'll get a lot of them in this stream as well, just because it's all on the same channel. Alright, let's try once more in the Institute, and see this time round if maybe we can pick a fight while actually having any kind of equipment whatsoever. Whew. Big Gorilla, thank you for posting that. That's very kind of you. So yes, that's the Modern Combat Versus Discord, that you can have all of your Modern Combat Versus needs. It's a good place.
Hey, so Peter, are you gonna win this time? No, apparently not. Never mind, I didn't need to ask.
What? Okay. One more time, because that is honestly the worst I've ever played. I'd like to blame the heat or anything else. Plus, I was in the same game as you.
I think
very
you
briefly.
just suck.
Well, thank you for the negging, dealers.
Well, you're welcome.
I think we've got to work on your definition of what sassy means. It's not just the same thing as rude.
Sorry. I think you tried your best, but your best isn't good enough.
Wow, talk about damned with faint praise, jeez. Okay, so as a small update as to what's happening with the final, there's been some admin decisions taking place. So we'll be a little bit delayed with our next round of ESL competition arriving. So we'll give you guys plenty more chances to take center stage as I run out right into the middle of the open. Unfortunately, do not get horribly murdered immediately. Oh, an ammo box, you don't even have any weapons. Shucks. Where are all the weapons? Dealers, did you hide all the weapons? You can tell me.
Nah, man. I think it's one of your many disabilities.
Jeez!
Not only are you fat-fingered when it comes to shooting people, and you don't know how to aim down your sights, you also are a pretty damn bad looter. But apparently you know how to use a knife.
Yep. Well, Suck it, that person. Unfortunately, they didn't actually even have anything. But alright, let's go shoot some people who might actually have some stuff. So they're over here. I think they're probably... Most people kind of fight out in the open. Where are they? Are they inside one of these buildings? Oop. Okay. Whew. That... I kind of impressed myself there with not dying to that. I think it's very lucky we had tier 3 armor, otherwise we would definitely be dead. Because that was a very big mismatch of equipment. Oh, some more tier 3 armor. We must be... It must be our lucky day. And we can heal back up to full health. You can see the sheer quantity of bullets being chucked around here. Okay. I think tactical flashlight is actually right. So we've made it out of the starting area with tier 3 armor, a decent weapon, and a couple of kills. I think it's worthwhile. So while the kills don't necessarily get you anything directly, they will help you get more Royale coins, which means that, you know, even if you finish out on top, if you are way behind in terms of kills, then you won't actually receive that many coins to spend on cosmetics and whatnot. We were down to just 1 health pack there. That's not great.
Certainly isn't, man.
But Lisa's first circle, before it contacts with the white circle, will not do too much damage. Punchy Gaming, hello, hello, hello. So the finals are coming up. Fallen Heroes versus Noob Tubers. The first game is being made, so we'll probably drop out of this Battle Royale before it's done. Just to warn you guys in advance. And we'll pick back up our ESL competitions. So we have to look out for BU, because apparently they're unstoppable. Has someone been through here already? Looks like it. Aha! We found our next prey, though. Has someone come to deliver you something?
Why would someone deliver me something? Peter.
Mm-hmm.
Why would someone come and deliver me something?
I don't know, maybe you'd ordered it. I heard the room just outside.
It was a motorcycle man. It was indeed a motorcycle.
Oh man. Oh man. Did you see it? Did you see it, dealers? That time when I did done snipe someone. It took me a while, I'll admit. But ultimately, now I remember that there actually is a fire button on the left-hand side of the interface as well. I've gotten quite a lot better at sniping.
Well, I'm happy for you.
Let's chuck down a proximity mine there. Then have a bit of a nose around. See if we can spot anyone. Mm-hmm. 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 Trees. Oh, hello. We're getting blued. Alright. Time to get moving.
Move! Boy.
Oh, hey. Hey, Big Gorilla. Dropping by the chat. He's been doing admin duties for us today. Have we just gotten lost in this house? Man, it's unreasonably difficult to find your way out of these houses sometimes. See-through doors. They're the devil. But we're in a pretty good spot. I mean, we've got slightly battered armor, but we've got good amount of health packs. We've got some speed boosts as well. And I think we're in a good spot. Let's see. So the circle is over the Institute. In fact, it's entirely over the Institute, so we probably want to get inside. Because it's very easy to get taken out of here. I think someone's already upgraded all of this, haven't they?
And now we have the first key kind of it.
Then we shall leave the Battle Royale battlefield. Fallen Heroes versus Noob Tubers. Game 1 of a potential 5 coming up. Let us know in the chat, guys, who you think it's gonna be. The Lords have been stricken from the record. Instead, we shall have ourselves potentially another Fallen Heroes triumph, but the Noob Tubers are quite the opposition to consider. Let's see. Is the lobby up? Hopefully.
I don't see it.
Alright guys, we'll take a very small break while we wait for that lobby to arrive. We'll of course switch into there as soon as it has come through. Players, you think that the Fallen Heroes want some revenge against the Noob Tubers? I think that's a reasonable assumption. Last tournament, the Fallen Heroes were taken out by the Noob Tubers in, I believe, the semi-final match. So, some bad blood between these French teams. In fact, honestly, I suspect there's bad blood between all of the French teams because they're all pretty good and they all end up playing and knock each other out with some frequency.
And now it's up, Confit.
Ooh. Oh no, your pizza delivery driver just drove away.
Not again.
A tragic tale of conformity gone mad. Guys, we'll wait for our players to arrive and then, and only then, will our grand final officially begin. Tom Povey, over on Facebook, welcome, welcome. You're just in time to see our most extreme competition of the day. Best of 5 action between Fallen Heroes and Noob Tubers coming up in just a few minutes' time. Friends, it's time. The finals are here. Scramble is our first destination. NoobTubers, Fallen Heroes. These teams, they've got history, but only one of them can take the crown. Deedless, your prediction, if you may.
I think that there's a 50% chance that the NoobTubers, they will take it. No, alright, to be serious. I like what we've seen from the Fallen Heroes today, but I will give the edge over to the NoobTubers, simply because they are lower seeded than the Fallen Heroes, and that they have more consistently been in the grand final.
As Pluid said over on Twitch, this is a rematch from last week's competition. This time round, the Fallen Heroes have taken a major scalp in the form of Victory of Lords, getting to this point. But you're right, I think as well, the NoobTubers definitely the favoured team. They've got multiple back-to-back tournament wins in hand. The Heroes are going to have their work cut out for them.
They absolutely are confident. For the Heroes right now, they are falling behind the NoobTubers, but oh my god, Harry, that's such a good grenade. Does give the Fallen Heroes a bit of breathing room, but not enough, as they are still behind against the NoobTubers.
We're definitely keeping our eyes onto Hero, currently running support for the NoobTubers as Limbo gets some good damage in as well. 5 and 1 so far. Harry is doing what they can to prop up the Fallen Heroes squad. But Limbo keeps on getting those big numbers in. 7 and 1 now. Now, of course, the reason you'll see so many of these kill streaks coming in early on is because with these assaults, we've got the combined arms core along with the Berserk, or the Berserker there, to double up on the kill streak rewards. And the combined arms will let you choose any kill streak that you like. So lots of bombing runs, lots of airstrikes coming in to start things off. But for the NoobTubers...
Hero!
Woo, jeez.
That was 3 kills out of nowhere. So Hero and the rest of the NoobTubers looking mighty fine. Now up by 10 kills. So Fallen Heroes, they are, well, at least heroes who are falling behind.
Only 4 members for the Fallen Heroes squad to stand against the tide of points that are flowing towards the NoobTubers. Another kill coming in there for, I believe, Deepat for the NoobTubers, as they are controlling pretty much the lower half of the map. The Fallen Heroes having to spawn in and fight from their individual positions.
Now, for the NoobTubers, they are starting to lose a bit of a grip here of this game, as the Fallen Heroes, they have started to claw their way back. It's not a 10 kill lead anymore for the NoobTubers, but Down B says, I don't care about what you're saying, Deedless. It should be a 10 kill lead once again, and the NoobTubers, they are back in control.
Yes, as Plus says, who's our secret third commentator, the NoobTubers are certainly putting themselves into a strong position to get that third tournament win in a row. Fallen Heroes is officially the halfway mark time-wise. NoobTubers are way ahead, and these individual fights just do not seem to be working out. Harry, I think, going to be the brightest point for the Heroes, but that is not saying much when they're this far behind.
Limbo finds a shot right there and now with the airstrikes coming in, and that bomber also making its path over this map. It does feel like the Fallen Heroes, they aren't really able to put up a fight here against the NoobTubers, at least on this map. Scramble is completely dominated by NoobTubers, who are not NoobTubing, even though their name says that they probably ought to be.
Yes, certainly going back to the old days. They've kind of, I feel like the NoobTubers have certainly evolved to be a force to be reckoned with. A very self-depreciating name, but the performance is as far from noobish as you can get.
44 kills, however, NoobTubers, they don't need a lot more time. They are ready to finish out things. And right now, 4 more. And they will have done that. So, finishing out things is exactly what they're looking at.
Last few kills to come in. Limbo has been performing extremely well. The last gasp for the Fallen Heroes, trying to get back a little bit of momentum for game number 2, even if this first game is way beyond repair. 2 minutes left on the clock. This could be one of our faster games of the day. And there we go. Almost doubling the Fallen Heroes score are the NewTubers, ahead by 24 with nearly 2 minutes left to play.
In order for the Fallen Heroes to deal with the NoobTubers in the next game, they need to divide and conquer. In that game, the NoobTubers, they had around 12 assists counterfeit, and it meant that as long as they grouped up, they would always be ready to just avenge each other and make sure that even if someone died, they would get that returned kill. So for the Fallen Heroes, they need to just split up the NoobTubers, go for 1v1s, go for duels, and force NoobTubers into a position where they can't work as a team.
Big shout out to Midday, who did not die at all in that first game and still picked up 12 kills. That is just bonkers, bonkers, bonkers. We'll see what happens in game number 2 as our finals continues after the break. Game 2 is here of our grand finals. Fallen Heroes and the Noob Tubers at each other once again. The Tubers looked pretty darn special in game number 1. Thoughts of revenge for the Fallen Heroes perhaps fall away as they turn instead to thoughts of survival.
They certainly do now, kind of fit, but they come out swinging out of the gates, coming up with 3 kills within 20 seconds. So at least they're off to a very good start for themselves, especially now when they are fighting for survival.
Certainly lighting a fire under them. Harry getting a nice couple of kills as well as LaFlamme. Fallen Heroes managing to control this corridor out of the central place with Harry on the flank as well as Volcan, but it's not a full 5-person squad for the Heroes. They do stand a chance of getting overrun. So far though, it's not happening.
It certainly isn't, and they are overrunning the Noob Tubers instead. But the Fallen Heroes, while they are dropping the Noob Tubers like flies, they are also disconnecting their members like flies. They're down to 3 players, so it's not looking good at all. And you need to have 5 members in order to put up the best resistance.
It's going to be, well, almost a spawn trap on the map itself. 3 players. We know that it can be done. The Fallen Heroes certainly ahead right now. In theory, they could just run away for the rest of the game. Players over on Twitch very unhappy to see this outcome, as I can certainly understand that Harry will come back in for the Heroes. They can start putting up a fight, but you can see the Heroes are spawning all over the map. I don't know if they're going to be able to support each other at all. Up to the north side, we have got LaFlamme and the rest of the team. They've at least managed to bring 3 of them together. LMFAO able to do some good solo work as the Fallen Heroes actually, despite everything that's happened, could keep that lead and actually grow it as well.
They certainly can kind of fit, and now up by 11 kills. The Fallen Heroes, they are finding themselves in such an advantageous position. As long as they can keep this up now by 15, they should be done with this series by the 2-minute mark.
Plus is saying to remind us that the 3 versus 5 victory did in fact happen on the streets. Oh man, thank you Plus for reminding us. We should really write down when these big moments happen. So, Noob Tubers, I think if anything you might be a little bit surprised to have won the first game so convincingly, then have the second go so disastrously. Harry holding the line 7-2 so far. Definitely of the Fallen Heroes. Looking extremely good along with LaFlamme, who has the same amount of kills, rocking instead the long-range power of the BSW.
Well, now kind of it, if they can keep rocking this playstyle here for the Fallen Heroes, then the Noob Tubers, they will surely go 1-1 here in this series. And obviously, I feel like with the Fallen Heroes being so smart that they are moving into a corridor of their own and not looking to fight against the Noob Tubers. You limit the amount of kills that the Noob Tubers can get, and thus putting yourself in a position where you can't really lose any kills.
Plus, thank you for remembering it. Apparently it was Fallen Heroes versus the Noob Tubers, so these same 2 teams on Streets Game 2. Gosh, that's some good memory. Alright, I've written it down on a bit of paper, and I'll transfer it to some more permanent records later on, because that is quite the story. And the Fallen Heroes, it may not be 3 of them, instead just merely 4, but that seems to be more than enough in this game too.
Oh, it certainly does. The Fallen Heroes up by 11 kills. They are taking down the Noob Tubers now. They just need 10 more kills and they will be done. And they will have taken down our highest seeded team here in today's tournament. And sorry, in this matchup, not in today's tournament, but Noob Tubers. Right now they are at least finding themselves with their backs against the wall here on the streets, and the museum will be the next destination.
Seeming this is all but tied up as a series as the Fallen Heroes continue to impress. This last lurch across the finish line is all that's needed. Harry 11 so far. The Flam with 13 as the close quarters fighting breaks out in earnest. For the Noob Tubers, I can't see any way this ends differently than a 1-1 series.
Well, congratulations to the Fallen Heroes on making their way back. And now we come down to a best of 3 counterfeit. The two teams, they have won one game each. Museum and Rooftops will at least be the ones that we're going to be watching up next.
So there we go, the echoes of the previous Fallen Heroes Noob Tubers match before our very eyes. Guys, I'm excited to see where this series does go. It's looking like it's going to be extraordinarily competitive. Will we see the revenge story come true? Or is it going to swing back the other way? Let's find out. 7 minutes away. Game 3 is here of our grand finals. For the Fallen Heroes, a second game of victory with only 4 players, and a crushing one as well. Deedless, is this equalization of the series enough to change your opinions as to who will be ultimately victorious?
Nope.
But why?
Well, why shouldn't?
Well, I was hoping you would give an explanation to thereby flesh out your opinions.
I still think that the NoobTubers, they're gonna take this. Right now, they're at least coming out and showing us that they are the better team, at least here in the start.
Harry doing I think getting all of the kills so far for the Fallen Hero squad. It's certainly looking dicey for them, so they're trying to build up a defensive line down near the bottom of the map. Unfortunately for them, the NoobTubers are a little bit too fast on their feet, intervening in the, I believe it's the Roman statue room at the bottom of the map, as opposed to the Egyptian up at the top. Still though, Fallen Heroes, they have fought back. It's now almost dead even, and with Harry getting that melee kill, it's anybody's game.
It certainly is Fallen Heroes and the NoobTubers, but the Fallen Heroes, they push themselves forward just by 2 kills after finding some kills here and there. So they're far from out of it, but the NoobTubers, they're still keeping up. And you know what, kind of it? I feel like once again we're gonna get down to a very close game here between these 2 teams.
Hero able to drop down some serious firepower with the shred. But they put the NoobTubers back in control of this game.
Could you say he just shredded 3 people?
Sure.
Well, I'm gonna say it. He just shredded 3 people.
Oh, I felt like you kind of already did by asking the question. But yes, Harry is doing absolute work for the Fallen Heroes. But it may not be enough. You can see it's incredibly lopsided scoreboard for the Fallen Heroes side of things. If Harry is thriving, so are the heroes. But if the NoobTubers can take Harry off the field, then I think the heroes' chances are basically gone.
NoobTubers, they are now in the lead once again, but we have seen how this just swings back and forth between these 2 teams. When you have a lead, it is in no way secure. So, while they are getting close to 30 kills and they are past the halfway mark, the NoobTubers, they need to keep it up in order to do this. And right now, I really like the fact that they are working together so much, grouping up as a unit and taking fights on a 2v2 basis.
4 minutes remain, 4 kills separate, make that 3 as the Fallen Heroes keep on fighting. Those extra numbers not mattering if the Fallen Heroes can keep on eliminating NoobTubers members as they arrive. It's a risky proposition though. Vulcan has got the Bramston. Good for knocking through multiple targets at a time as we come to the halfway mark. And there's only 1 kill. Make that 2. Make that 3 or 4 between the teams.
But now, with the Fallen Heroes being in the lead, kind of it, the NoobTubers, they have to be scared because the Fallen Heroes, they are past 40 kills. So now with the drone team being deployed, the NoobTubers, they really need to be careful and not give up a single kill. Because if they do so, Fallen Heroes, they will get closer to 50 kills. And right now is the very scary time where 50 kills is a reality.
Harry nearly and will reach 20 kills in this game. Almost the same as the top 2 NoobTubers players added together. Harry has put the Fallen Heroes on their back and is charging forwards. Close to the end of the game, Fallen Heroes defying the odds. They have got a lot of fight in them, but it's nearly all on Harry.
But there we go, the Fallen Heroes, they pick up this victory counterfeit, and what a performance for some of these Fallen Heroes members. That is so impressive, seeing the likes of Harry coming up with 21 kills and Vulcan at 17. Here in the grand final, you want to see every single member step it up, and that is exactly what we saw right there.
As Ploy says over on Twitch, Ari, you absolute madman. Vulcan as well, we cannot ignore though. 17 kills in there, managing to join Harry as a ludicrously good performance. With that, the Fallen Heroes now stand a single game away from finding themselves a $100 prize. NoobTubers, they beat out the Fallen Heroes before. The Fallen Heroes, they could do it. This next game could decide the victor. See you in 7 minutes' time. Buddies, buddies, buddies. Let's head to the rooftops for a cooling mist. Fallen Heroes stand 2 games to the NoobTubers 1. A chance for ultimate victory for the heroes. For the NoobTubers, a chance to reclaim their twice, maybe even thrice won crown. They've got a lot of momentum historically, but this tournament could be the heroes.
Now, Counterfeit, we're coming out to such an interesting start right here. For these 2 teams, the NoobTubers, they once again come out swinging and get the lead from the start, but the Fallen Heroes, they're able to get back and maintain at least a starting and developing lead for themselves. This has been the case for a long time, but now, the Fallen Heroes, they just need to continue to develop upon this, and I like that we're seeing such an aggressive play here from the NoobTubers. If they can force the Fallen Heroes into a rhythm that they don't function in, then they should have such a good stance to begin with.
So it's 5 versus 4. The NoobTubers managing to find their 5th player at the last possible moment, but it looks like they didn't make it into the game itself. Still though, the Tubers looking pretty solid even with a diminished roster. Hero, as they have before, putting in a lot of work, managing to take shelter behind the shield and make it back to their teammates just in time.
NoobTubers, they find 2 kills with Hero finding some shots there with that severed shotgun. So 2 kills is what they're up, but right here, FS down, taking down a recon aircraft. Well, so no players are finding anyone here. They're just running around, and we're seeing FS down, not being able to find anyone from the Fallen Heroes with now. But the NoobTubers, they are up by 3 kills.
FS Dano is that 5th player we were mentioning before, as Harry, hero of the previous game, along with Vulcan, locking in 8 kills between the 2 of them. Issa, 7 and 2 so far. Some pretty impressive stuff, but for NoobTubers, it is Hero who has been saving them so far to keep this game from spiraling out of controls.
But Hero can't carry this team on their own. So with the NoobTubers, you need to see the rest step up. FS down, goes down. Harry will take that kill, but Hero still able to find kills. But it's only one person, and they can't do everything as Harry stabs them with a knife. And now the Fallen Heroes, they find themselves up by 5 kills.
Harry continuing to impress. 10 and 3 so far as they link up the rest of the heroes in these lower corridors. The NoobTubers maybe starting to get a little bit desperate here. Draining, not having a good game at all. In fact, nobody but Hero really rocking up the big numbers. Hero trying to carry things as best they can as the Italian painted shred will open up in the center. I'm deeper. Looking for more action with their shred as the NoobTubers start to fight their way back into the game.
And the NoobTubers are certainly not giving up, and they can't give up. Because if they do so, they will lose the entire grand final, Counterfeit. And after all, we are playing for some high stakes matches. Sorry, from some high prizes. After all, if you win, you will win 100 euros. Plus, you will get go for points. And obviously, getting go for points is important in order for you to have the best placement going into the monthly finals.
There's monthly finals where you can get the real big prizes for your MC5 ESL play, as it's dead even 3 minutes left to go. The NoobTubers, the promise of potentially forcing us to a game number 5. Issa and the rest of the Fallen Heroes grab a couple of kills through there, and it's them, the heroes, who are now down to 4 players.
But they are up in terms of kills, Counterfeit, and that is the important thing. The Fallen Heroes, if they can keep this up, they just need 14 more kills, and they have 2 minutes and 45 seconds to do this. So the NoobTubers, unless they can find something to stop the Fallen Heroes now, then I don't see the Fallen Heroes falling far from grace.
Harry is the one who disconnected, as players pointed out over on Twitch. So that is a big, heavy hitter for the Fallen Heroes that's not going to be taking part. Maybe, just maybe, they'll reconnect, but it tends not to be the case. Whatever issues they might be having with their gameplay equipment could cost the heroes their win.
But the noob tubers, they find themselves up here, coming into the 40 kill mark. They have 42 kills, but Fallen Heroes, they also have 42 kills. So this could very well just come down to a difference of 1 kill counterfeit, as the two teams, they are hungry for the victory.
It's Angela stepping up for the squad, nearly 20 kills in hand. Literally is more than the rest of the team all put together. 1 minute 40 left to play. The Fallen Heroes could finish the job here as 2 more comes in. For the new tubers, they have to find their way back in, but 1 kill is all it's going to take.
Can the Fallen Heroes do it? Can they end this series? They're hunting for that last kill, but the noob tubers, they're finding kills all over the map, but no! It will not be enough. The noob tubers, they fall down 3-1 to the Fallen Heroes.
Oh boy, what an ending. And what a performance from Issa, that stepping up into the space that Harry left in the team and finishing the job. Hero on the other side for the noob tubers did almost as well. Some heroic efforts, but ultimately the Fallen Heroes break the winning streak of the noob tubers and take revenge for last week's tournament. We have ourselves new champions.
We certainly do. Congratulations to the Fallen Heroes. This was exactly what they needed, and now that means they're gonna get the most amount of Go for points, and they themselves look very good heading into the monthly finals.
As Plur says, Issa and Harry, 2 breathtaking performances for the noob tubers, and you're right, with both of these teams making it up into the finals, they will receive enough Go 4 points to pretty much guarantee that we will see a lot more of this rivalry between the 2 French squads. For now though, guys, thank you so much for dropping by and spending some of your Sunday with us. The Super Marine tournament, I'll just actually check and see if it's still ongoing. Let's have a quick gander. Apologies if you suddenly hear the sound of that stream coming through. But that is quite a long tournament, so there's every chance it might still be going. Let's see. Yes, so it's still live. So I'll post the links to the tournament streams. They will be entirely in Spanish. But still, I would definitely encourage you guys to go and support our PC community stream purveyors. That's X9 Dragon and Nova Taylor, who we've definitely seen around more than a few times. For now though, guys, our thanks, of course, go to our wonderful admins, Big Gorilla and Hexagon, helping out as well. For all of you guys, if you haven't already, please do follow Modern Combat on whatever platform you might happen to be watching. If you'd like to hear and see more of Daedalus, what's the best way?
Well, obviously you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube, hell, even Twitter. So you can always find me there at DaedalusCast, or feel free to shoot me a message over in Discord.
And for myself, the same kind of thing, Counterfeit Cast. Wait, I can't remember. Counterfeit. Man, my brain's not even working anymore. What's my Twitter?
Your Twitter, Counterfeit Cast without an S.
That's right, because I ran out of characters. Counterfeit has got more letters in it than you'd expect. Alright. But guys, again, thank you so much. Thank you to our admins. Thank you to our moderators for working very hard. And we shall be back next week with more ESL competition. Again, please do go and support the Super Marine tournament. Links in the chat to the 2 alternate streams. It is in Spanish, but hey, still plenty of more MC5 this weekend if you know where to look. Thank you guys again so much, and we'll see you next week.